Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 91. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name is Jody Kelly.
And we're almost, I think we've got another couple of weeks, and then we've got to 2 years we've been doing this for.
You are kidding.
No.
And we still can't get it right.
We still can't do the intros. I think, let me just have a look. If you go to superkellybros.com, then our first post was Thursday, 4th of October, 2018.
Wow.
So, yeah. So,
of course, it was audio only when we started.
That's true. Yeah. That's and you know, that's a good point as well. So if you like this video, smash the like button. Boom! Smash the like button. Share it on your social medias, on the Twitters and the Facebooks.
Your Twitterers.
And if you want time reminders of when we post up new videos, then you want to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Got to get that notification bell, because if you don't, you won't be notified and you'll miss content.
Hence why it's called the notification bell.
Yes, exactly. And I don't know why it's called a notification bell, because it's actually just a little toaster pop-up that comes up. Anyway, I'm just confusing people now. Yeah, we post videos up Thursdays, Sundays, and we occasionally do the odd live show on a Wednesday night. So that's kind of the sort of schedule of events, so to speak.
Yes.
So we've got. So we need to do something for the 4th of October show whenever that falls on, and then we've got the 100. Can I go for my break now, please?
Pills kicking in.
Hey, Pilsner.
Ooh.
Yeah, we need to go for the 100 as well, so we need to do something for that. We won't do anything for these, because we didn't do anything for the first year, so why change that? Oh no, we did something for the 50th, I think.
Maybe we should do like a live.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Kind of party. We could all have like hats and things, like hats and those streamers. Things. Yeah, streamers.
Maybe bring on another, like maybe Douglas and Scott or somebody as well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's a good idea. Have like an Octobox thing going on.
Whatever that is.
Octobox.
Is that like eight people?
8 people. I don't know how many people you can actually fit on a stream, to be honest. I mean, I think probably 3 or 4 is the max.
I've watched the Schmoes Knows. I don't know if you watch them, right? And they have like 7 or 8 people on that, and it just for me it doesn't work. It's got to be like 2, 3, 4 maximum. I think it doesn't work. There's too many.
The more people you have, the more you tend to you don't hear from half the room.
Yeah.
So you just have 4 people just nodding, going,
Exactly. You see a lot of bored, kind of bored faces, or kind of nodders.
They're on their devices, and they look up occasionally to sound interested. Go, oh yeah, me too.
Well, that's what I'm like, and it's only the 2 of us.
Hey-oh. Yes, look. Go off your Facebooks, everyone.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that, won't we?
Mm.
No doubt.
Shall we talk what we've watched this week?
Yes. And that comes into it. Anyway, I have been watching. Let me see now, because this is way back. So this goes back to the previous week, because we did a gaming special last.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
A live thing. We skipped Sunday because I was away in Melodies.
We're doing it live. And we released it as a podcast as well. So we released that midweek on Thursday as a podcast. And the podcast itself was called Baby Yoda Has Entered the Chat. So if you want to get the audio version of that, it's on listen.superkellybros.com, or just go to superkellybros.com and you'll get the full audio ones. If you want YouTube, if you want the video version, the one that you're watching just now, just go to YouTube and do a search for Super Kelly Bros and you'll find us. All that housekeeping out the road. Jody, what were you up to this week? Or this couple of weeks, fortnight?
Started watching The Boys.
Oh, right, okay.
The new season. I'm only on just starting episode 3, so I'm not that far in yet. I think they've only 5 they've released so far.
I think so, yeah. It's once a week they're doing it. which I don't mind.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, we should have released it in one." I'm like, I don't know.
Nah, but I think they're doing it for subscription reasons, aren't they?
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, it's the same as this. It's the same reason why Disney Plus did it.
Yeah, which makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
By God, I watched the hell out of Mandalorian trailer. By the way,
Oh yeah,
I am so
I've watched that a couple of times.
excited for that. So
Yeah.
excited for that. Yeah, watch The Boys. It's just. Have you started watching it yet?
No, not yet. No.
Oh really? All right.
No.
Okay.
I've got another show I'm watching just now, so I'm putting off The Boys.
Honestly, man, the list of shows just now is just crazy. There's a few on Prime just now that are looking pretty good as well. But yeah, boys, just as crazy as ever as the last one. Really enjoying it so far.
It's good.
Yeah, great. I can't use the word, but you know, Billy Butcher in it.
Yeah.
When he sees the visit, I think that was maybe in the season one. Calls the invisible and oh well, now isn't it the invisible? See you next
Yes,
Tuesday.
he does. Yeah, I think he does call him that. Yeah, I think it's season one. Yeah.
Aye. Somebody posted that up the other day there, and I was like, oh man, that is just so funny. Yeah, but season 2 is just as outrageous.
Oh, that's good.
I've not finished watching this. I started watching The Devil All the Time on Netflix. It's a new movie with Tom Holland and one of the Skarsgård, the one that plays it.
Oh yeah,
the
clown Skarsgård.
Aye, one of the younger ones, which
Bill,
is really quite
Fred.
Is it Bill? No.
Is it Bill? Bill Skarsgård. It looks like him. It looks like the clown guy.
Anyways, it's him. He's in it, and Tom Holland's in it.
Yeah,
and it's a classy bit of filmmaking. Like I say, I've not watched it all yet, but I should really get back to that to finish it because do you know what it was? It's because when we were in the caravan last Sunday. What James didn't tell us was there was no Wi-Fi or phone signal. So, I mean, it was great. It was absolutely brilliant, by the way, because
because there was no Wi-Fi, no phone signal.
Well, it makes you kind of entertained in different ways. Yeah. So it was brilliant, really.
How many hands of Uno did you play?
None. We did bring a pack of cards, so I've got a fancy pack of cards, a Star Wars pack of cards on it.
Oh, okay. I've got a pack of cards waiting for you.
Well, that's what you do. You've got the
Sabacc.
The Sabacc for me. Oh, we'll need to get a game of that next year.
And the chance dice as well that Watto uses.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. You're spoiling me.
I'm going to go look at the Jedi Mind Trick.
You know what I've got you?
I do.
Look at your wee mini Pong machine.
Sure. Hey-oh.
Where was I? God, what was I talking about?
In the caravan.
The in the caravan. So
Wi-Fi.
I downloaded some movies for us. So we watched Spies in Disguise, which Danny wanted to watch.
Again.
We watched loads. Yeah, and we watched a Rick and Morty. And I thought it was one of the cleaner ones because Danny's he's played the game and stuff, right? The VR game. And I thought it was one of the cleaner ones, and I was like, I'll play this one because it's not got the sister in it when she's like, got her taking her clothes off or whatever, or like kind of sexual content. I'll play this one about when the dogs take over the world. That one, the robotic one. And it was the bloody one that was the one that I didn't want him to see because she's like going into his dream, remember? And he's like,
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's there. Really weird.
Like, oh, so I had to cover his eyes for that. But the rest of it was fine. But
is that the Inception one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh God, no, you don't want to see that one.
It was the worst one I could have picked. I thought it'd be quite good because I just remember the robot dogs.
Yeah.
Not robot dogs.
Snuffles or whatever his name is.
Alien Snuffles. That's such a good episode. Anyway, he loved it, and he's
now hooked on Rick and Morty.
Loves Rick and Morty. But
who doesn't? Do you know?
that's the
I don't even know
episode
if
you've
this
ever
one's a
watched.
good one. I think the Mr. Meeseeks one's pretty bad as well.
Oh yeah, that is.
But it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's an early one as
Existence is
well.
pain. Your
That's in
troubles are
season
your
1 as
own,
well.
old man.
Yeah.
But Mr. Meeseeks is great.
Yeah. So yeah, Devil All the Time. I downloaded it, but it was getting a bit late because everybody's in bed. I'm like, better go to my bed.
Yeah.
So I need to watch that. We've been kicking the arse out of Last Kingdom. Great show. That is a fantastic show. Really, really good.
That's the serious Viking one.
It's Albert the Great, the king, one of the kings of England at the time before the kingdoms united into the United Kingdom, and
that was a couple of centuries later, though.
Well, he was the king that wanted to unite all the kingdoms, and he managed to defeat the Vikings as well and stuff. And he was a really good guy, and the main guy in it is he kind of has an allegiance with this Viking guy who grew up. The main character is an English boy. He gets kidnapped by Vikings, gets raised by the Vikings, so he learns all their ways and all that. And then now he's kind of got a kind of split allegiance with the Vikings and the English. And King Alfred the Great, or Alfred the Great,
Alfred the Great. I think it's Alfred.
He sort of takes him by his side. He doesn't fully trust him, but he takes him by his side to kind of, help against the Vikings and stuff. It's really good, brilliant.
Just to be fair, the Act of Union was 1704, 1706, and this is set in about 871. So it was a few years before
800,
the Act of Union. Yeah.
Aye, there you go. Wasn't 100 years now.
No.
Aye. Quite a bit out.
A little bit out.
Nice guess. I've been carrying on with Cobra Kai. I'm on season 2 now. How far are you in that?
We just finished. We could talk about that actually. We just finished season 1.
Yep. What an ending for season 1, eh?
I mean,
that actually chills up my spine.
Yeah.
That chills up my spine. That is a complete page turner, isn't it?
I actually felt like when I walked out of Karate Kid the first time I saw Karate Kid. But see the bit where he's describing. I don't know if this is spoilers or not, but the bit where he's describing how Danny was acting.
Aye.
That was brilliant.
I know it was his version of the story.
Yeah, but it was just showing what happened in the movie.
Yep.
And
from
then
Danny's point of view.
Yeah, but when you saw it from Johnny's point of view, you're like, geez, Danny's just horrible. He's not a nice guy. Because he goes, and then I'm like, that's the end of it. And then he sucker punches me, and you see it. It's the actual film, and they show the film of Danny sucker punching Johnny. It's really, really good. Like the way they've done it is amazing.
I'm getting chills up my spine thinking about it now.
I know, so am I. But a bit where like Anne-Marie thinks it's similar to Cain and Abel. You know, the Jeffrey Archer thing where it's they could have been friends. Because they actually have quite a lot in common. Other than karate, they have quite a lot in common. But they just like took 2 separate paths in life. One
Sam Neill was in Cain and Abel.
Peter Strauss, I think it was. Maybe Sam. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Peter Strauss is one of the guys. Sam Neill was the other guy. One of them was Cain, one of them was Abel. And I think Sam Neill's the one that dies. Anyway, spoilers for Cain and Abel.
Sorry.
But one of them started off rich, one of them became rich. Or one of them started off poor, became rich, and then the other one started off rich and became poor. And there's this kind of like cross bit in the middle where they could have actually been like good friends. And there's a bit in it where they're in the Challenger, and they're going like, he says, "Oh, you like Steppenwolf?" And he's going like, "Yeah," and they're both like nodding away to the music.
You think they're going to be friends, don't you?
Yeah.
You think, oh, this could happen, and then
crisscross applesauce.
And then, well, spoilers. The end of season 1.
Yeah.
Did we mention it?
Sure, I don't care.
The
Spoilers.
old, his old master comes back. His old, what do you call him?
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah.
No, but what do you call the
Sensei?
the sensei? His old sensei
Yeah, Johnny's sensei comes
appears.
back.
Looks exactly the same as he did in the
I know.
movies.
It's weird.
That's
It was. Do you know? It was really cool seeing Danny's mum as well, because they're getting all the original cast.
I know.
Or the ones that are still, obviously can't get Pat Morita, but they're getting the original cast in to do all these characters, and it's kind of cool seeing it. Although Johnny's wife totally reminds me of Elizabeth Banks, like not just because she looks like Elizabeth Banks, she acts like Elizabeth Banks, and it's kind of off-putting in a way. But yeah, I can't stand the kid. The son, I don't know, the guy with the long hair that he just doesn't do anything.
Johnny's son, you mean?
Yeah, not a fan of his.
Kind of coming around to him a little bit.
Yeah, he's probably the weakest character, I think, in the whole thing.
I'm coming around to him. He's all right, but overall, it's just brilliant. Love it.
Yeah.
Johnny English, we watched. Johnny English Strikes Again. I think we've spoken about that.
You watched that before, yeah? You didn't watch it that long ago, actually.
Did I speak about that the previous one? I can't remember. Anyway, now we watched Enola Holmes.
We did too.
Cinema night.
Do you want to talk about that? We watched it on Friday.
Yeah.
We watched it together.
So did we. We watched it on Friday cinema night.
With Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill.
Now, I think we must have missed a complete plot detail because we couldn't understand what was going on at the end.
Okay. Why? I thought it was a bit simplistic, the plot myself, but okay.
I know, but we all missed it. I think I was falling asleep or something at one point.
Well, that's not good.
No disrespect to the movie, because the movie was pretty good.
Yeah, I really liked it.
But we missed the whole thing about the mum and the whole thing about why they were trying to kill the boy. Oh,
they were trying to kill the Marcus.
Yeah,
because he was the deciding vote in the Lords. So England's at a precipice at this point. They don't want, it's the whole Enoch Powell Rivers of Blood type thing. So do we keep Britain British, or do we let people in and have all these reforms? And the country's divided. It's 50-50 down the middle. And the grandmother, played beautifully by Frances de la Tour, which was nice to see her again. Rising Damp. Oh, Miss Jones. That was Blakey from On the Buses.
Could have been anything.
Only you, Butler. Right, anyway, it could be anyone from it. Right, it doesn't matter. Right, Frances de la Tour was the grandmother.
Somebody stretch me off, please.
She was the old guard, and she killed her son because he wasn't going to vote. He was going to vote for the reforms.
Right, no wonder I missed this then, because this sounds far too complicated.
It's not that complicated. Anyway, so the young Marcus, Tewkesbury, of whatever his name, he had this big long name, he was going to vote the same way as his dad because he believed in the reforms as well, because he's his father's son.
Yep.
And so the grandmother's like, time to die, Tewkesbury. So she put a hit out on him with the guy from Torchwood.
Right.
Or the guy from... What?
Much longer than I thought.
Okay.
Anyway, no wonder we missed that. But anyway, and then the other thing was why did the mum go missing? And we thought the whole point, the whole thing was about the mum going missing, and then the whole plot was around her.
So initially it was so you did miss a bit then, because there's a bit in it where Enola says, "Okay, I was looking for my mother, but now I guess I'm going to have to look for the Marquis of Tewkesbury, of whatever his name is." because he's in more danger because he's not street smart like me, and so he can't defend himself. So she knows that her mum can defend herself, and she's perfectly able of doing things because she's grown up with the whole
Yeah,
fencing and
but why
fight.
did the mum go? Why did the mum go missing in the first place? Why did
Because
she disappear?
she's part of reform, the reform part of all of this.
All
But
right, so it's all linked
she's
together.
more anarchy reform type versus the let's do it the political way type reform.
Right.
And so she's got to go underground.
I do apologise, everybody. We've just spoiled the whole movie for you.
The entire movie's now all ruined. Actually, no, it's not. To be honest, it's a good movie. Even if you know all of these things, it's still beautifully acted. I love the breaking the fourth
She's
wall
great
stuff.
in it, isn't she, Millie Bobby?
So Millie Bobby Brown is amazing. She would just turn to the camera and just she would like talk like that, and she'd turn to the camera and go, and then she'd turn back and do the talking to the guy. It was well done. It was really nice. I like the music in it. It was very reminiscent of the movie Sherlock Holmes and the Game of Shadows type music. That kind of plinky, plocky type thing.
As in the
Cavalier. Yeah. Uh-huh. I thought it was kind of similar to that. Henry Cavill was pretty good in it, although he could have been wearing a cape, because I'm not entirely convinced he's a great actor, because he plays the exact same. He also did the exact same role in Napoleon Solo as well, in Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah,
that kind of stoic kind of thing. Maybe that's why people hire him, because he does that.
I agree, and it is a bit like that in The Witcher as well. To be honest with you.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Have you seen The Witcher?
It's fantasy.
I'd have seen that.
Yeah.
Really? Really good.
It's not for me. The Maze isn't for me, Julie.
No, yeah, but do you know, I was watching it and I thought, God, Millie Bobby Brown is just so iconic, isn't she? as you know, of her generation.
Yeah.
Not her generation, her generation.
Her generation, yeah.
So iconic, and every time I caught a glimpse of her in certain angles, and I thought to myself,
she looks like Carrie Fisher.
She would be such a good Princess Leia.
Mm-hmm. I thought that as well.
People have said that before, but you know, as she gets a little bit older, you're like, get her in a movie, get her in.
Yeah. Prequel.
100%.
Prequel in it. Prequel.
Give us that.
So all we need to do is get. Okay, what we need to do, Jodie, is we need to find a way to get Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau in a room together.
I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
Pitch an idea of a prequel movie with Princess Leia.
That has Luke and Leia in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Do it.
So I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I'm assuming they're going to make more, because why not?
It kind of set it up for that, but I'm not sure they will.
Yeah. You think it's one and done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. Well, depends how I suppose it goes, but I think it'll be pretty popular enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like could be a new Harry Potter-esque type thing.
Yeah.
The action was great in it as well. It
was great, yeah.
Really good.
About the train sequence as well, they're running through the carriage.
I mean, it wasn't a perfect film, but I suppose it did drag at a couple of points. I suppose it dragged a little bit.
Yeah, there was a couple of draggy points. I could see that. Sometimes the pacing was a bit off.
And I missed the whole.
And you missed you missed the entire plot of the whole movie.
So apart from that. Yeah. So anyway, we watched that.
It was seeded right at the start of the movie, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's happening now. So,
yeah,
okay.
We always do a double bill. It's just so that Danny can eke out his bedtime.
Yeah,
because it's a Friday night. So we watched 9. It's an animation.
Is that the sequel to 8, which was a sequel to 7?
No.
Okay.
And it's an old animation. I'd never seen it before. It looks like I can't kind of handmade Sackman wee character. The actual animation is fantastic, right? It's a real hidden gem actually of a movie. It's a kind of apocalyptic thing where this man
I've heard of this.
Yeah, he's created these kind of weapons of mass destruction, but he's also created these wee creatures that will hopefully help reverse what's happened. So yes, it's really nice, really good movie. It's a little bit creepy for kids, maybe. It's a 12, but a real hidden gem actually. I really liked it.
Cool.
Now we've been blasting Modern Family as ever. Now the big one, I think, apart from Enola Holmes, was the Social Dilemma.
Yeah. So I watched this a couple of weeks ago.
I watched it twice now. I watched it on my own, and then people have been talking about it. And I was like, I don't mind watching this again, Evelyn, if you want to watch it. So she was like, yeah, I'll watch it. So we watched it last night again, and yeah, scary. That's a scary documentary. And you kind of know the ins and outs of a little bit about how social media is taking over and things like that, but for it to be described in the way it's described in that, and the impact that it's potentially going to have is very scary.
I think
very scary.
I think the biggest problem with I think apps in particular is that they get on your phone and they punch up notifications. And so you get notified when you get a text message, you get notified when you get a Twitter response, you get notified when your post gets liked, you get notified when this, that, and the next thing happens. I turn off all of that when I install an app. I don't like any notifications at all because I like to go to the application and get the update myself. And so my phone's over there, sorry, and I haven't touched it all afternoon because it doesn't go and it doesn't like alert me that there's something, because it ends up like that kind of, the rat with the piece of cheese. It's like when the bell goes, you're like,
it's exactly what it's like.
Yeah,
that's what the guy said in the documentary. I feel like a lab rat, and he's like, that's because you are.
Yeah,
doesn't even start it up.
But the other thing as well is you've seen it with Netflix. So at the which is ironic given the fact that the Social Dilema is a Netflix documentary. When you go into Netflix, it will show you a little thumbnail, a little poster-sized version of the movie. And if you don't click on that, it will change the image the next time you log in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the idea is that, well, that image didn't get a click through, didn't get enough click through. Let's try this other image, and then they'll go, oh, that didn't get enough click through either. We'll try another image until eventually you click on the thing because you're like, oh, Chris Pine, I like him, and then you click on the icon because it's got a picture of Chris Pine on it, and then they'll be like, got him. So every time you see Chris Pine, I'm going to show the picture. I'll show you the picture of Chris Pine, and if you don't click on it, then maybe they'll pick another star because they think to themselves, okay, well, he clicked on a portrait, so he clearly likes clicking on portrait, so I'll feed him more portrait ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they all do it. YouTube will do it as well then. Although they don't change their.
The content creator sets the thumbnail for YouTube videos, but certainly for like Netflix, for the streaming services, they'll do that. Especially Amazon. Amazon does that a lot. They'll change the icon.
I like the guy that when he was introducing himself, part of what he did was he was a co-creator of the like button on Facebook. It reminded me of that bit in Austin Powers when he said that his father invented the
question mark.
Yeah,
invented the question mark.
I was like, oh, pretty good.
Yeah. So, I mean, the algorithms are not that clever. Like they keep talking about all the algorithms that can force you to change the election and all that kind of stuff. They can't.
They can, son. You watched that documentary as well.
No, that whole
documentary,
Jody. That's been debunked. The whole was it Cambridge Analytica thing?
Yeah,
that was all. That was a flim flam. They couldn't do half the stuff, Jody. I swear to you, it's true. That was a flim flam. They couldn't do half the stuff. They honestly couldn't do that. They couldn't influence that many.
But what they did was, right, it was for the American elections it was people that were on the fence. They sent a questionnaire to them.
Yes,
and they only pinpointed those people.
Yes,
and then
correct.
Whatever they answered, then they targeted them with anti-Hillary stuff.
Here's the thing: you start off with a funnel, okay? You have a funnel of 10,000 people. So at the start, you get 10,000 people in your service, and so you show them two images, and the first image is of death and destruction, and the other one is of a field of flowers. So 5,000 people choose the death and destruction one, so you go, got them. So you choose the death and destruction one, and then the next thing you do is you say, okay, you show the death and destruction people, the 5,000 people there. Okay, here's here's some political thing that's not nice versus something that is nice, and you get them to do the click on the not nice thing, and then you've got 2,500 people at that point, and then eventually you whittle it down and you get 100 people. So you start off with 10,000 people, you end up with 100 people, and you change the vote of 100 people. That's 10,000 people down to 100 people.
Yes, but that could sway things, because they're the people that are.
But they're swing voters anyway.
And now you've swung them to the way you want them to swing.
100 people out of 10,000 swing voters. You don't know how the other 9,900 people are going to vote. You only know how.
Just proven it works.
I've proven it works for 100 people.
Yeah, but it was for millions of people.
But it wasn't millions of people. It was only. That's what I'm saying. Is you start off with millions of people, but you filter it down. You only get a handful of people. It's not enough to swing an election.
Where did you see that? It was a hoaxy thing, then.
It's all over the internet. The Cambridge Analytica thing.
Don't believe it.
Right, let me just Cambridge Analytica.
So flat earthers. It's all over the internet as well. It's rubbish.
It was a data leak. The fake news about Cambridge Analytica, I don't know if that's a good source.
I wouldn't believe that, Sloan.
Yeah, so there's a few things in there. Anyway.
Yeah. And that was... Oh, no, sorry. We have been watching Ratched as well.
I too have been watching Ratched. We're up to episode 5 of Ratched.
So are we?
I have to say it is a great TV show. Probably one of my favorites right now.
Absolutely brilliant.
Sarah Paulson's amazing as the eponymous Mildred Ratched. She's in American Horror Story. I think that's what she got. That's what her main thing is. I've only seen her in bits and pieces. I don't watch American Horror Story for reasons. Mainly because we don't get it, and also because I don't like horror stories. But she's fantastic in this. She's really, really good.
Yeah,
she's honestly, it's great. And to put the sort of cherry on top of this thing, the cinematography is
out of this world.
So good. The costume design is amazing. Everybody's in primary colors. The cinematography.
The Technicolor movies, doesn't it? The old Technicolor movies.
Yeah, the set design and everything. You can see people's moods change, because there was one where Betty leaves the office and the whole thing just turns red, and it's like, oh, this is really good.
Do you know what it reminds me of? David Lynch.
Oh, really?
The way David Lynch
I got Hitchcock. Because there's a bit in it where there's a crane shot, and you see the bay and the motel. So that you get the motel, you see the cliff, and then the bay, and it just screams something's going to happen because they keep showing that shot all the way through it, all the way through the show. The other one was
Hitchcock. You're probably right, actually.
Yeah,
but
like the camera angles are really Hitchcockian.
Hello. But there's a feeling of David Lynch about it for me.
Okay.
Like kind of little bit of a that kind of everyday life, but it's just a skewed enough that it's not quite right.
Yeah.
Kind of
Twin Peaksy type thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just,
okay.
It's just a little bit skewed, to make it odd.
I think it. Well, I think it's a bit more planted than David Lynch.
Oh, it is definitely. But there's just something about it. It's just a bit. It's kind of stylized, I suppose. That kind of.
Yeah.
It's a little bit.
I mean, if anything, maybe it's a bit Dick Tracy.
Don't say Dick Tracy, Christ. I hate that. That's the film I've ever walked out of.
Is it?
Yep.
Really? Have you seen Chicken Little?
Yes.
And you never walked out of that?
Well, I don't think I went to see that in the pictures, but if I did walk out of it, I'd have had my kid with me and I couldn't leave him there.
I took Sam to see Chicken. True story. I took Sam to see Chicken Little, and she was like 3 at the time or something like that. No, she pulled my arm. She pulled my jacket arm. She goes, "Dad, can we go? This is boring."
Yeah, but kids are like that.
Bless. No, she hates Chicken Little.
3 years old.
She knew it sucked.
You should show her Dick Tracy.
I'm sure Dick. I know I put her off cinema for life. People paid to make this movie. I know, but I'm just saying from the color palette, like everything was bright colors in Dick Tracy, and it's kind of
let's stick with Hitchcock.
Anyway, let's stick with Hitchcock. It's beautifully shot. The cinematography is amazing. Set design's amazing. Every frame is a picture.
That is. It really is.
It's so good. It's just a delight to watch. So we've been watching it. Not so much once every night, but pretty much once every night. We watch a picture.
I'm trying.
It's really good. All right. Shall I talk about what I was watching?
Go for it.
So I watched The 100 because I know how much you like getting the 100 report. You're not going to hear much more of it. There's only one more episode left. This is the penultimate episode, and it was okay. It's all right. I'm kind of getting to the end of it where I'm like, all right, let's hurry this along.
I'm getting to the end of it as well.
Yeah, you should have watched it. It's basically it's the CW's version of Breaking Bad. Okay. I watched Criminal season 2.
Oh yeah.
Episodes 1 and 2. Who's in the first one? I can't remember her name. Actually, the woman that played Charlotte Wells in Ratched is in Criminal season 2. Is it Sophie? Sophia?
Is she the original nurse?
No. She played a patient called Charlotte Wells. And she was in the first episode of Criminal UK.
Right.
How's her name? Sophie Okonedo. That's her name. So Sophie Okonedo was in that one. And then my favorite name for a cat, Kit Harington, was in the second one. I keep saying to Anna, we should get a little kitten and call it Kit Harington.
It's quite a cool name for a cat, actually.
It's a good name for a cat, isn't it? Kit Harington.
Cool name, I like that.
Anyway, so he's in the second one. I haven't watched the rest of it. I'm not entirely sure how many episodes there are. I think there's 4. Yeah, there's 4 in this one. So yeah, the first one's Julia. The second one's called Alex. Julia gets a 7.8 star rating on IMDb, and Alex gets a 9.2. Yeah, I think so. Julia was good. I mean, it's beautifully acted and everything, as both of them are. But I think the Alex one, the story in it is a bit more of a punch. And so, yeah, the second one's much better, I think, in my humble opinion, as a podcaster.
Indeed.
Means nothing.
As a viewer.
Five stars out of 7.
Number.
5 stars out as a subscriber on Netflix.
Yep.
Watch Cobra Kai, obviously, we talked about that. Fast and Furious 7, watch that again. But Henry doesn't like the end of it because Brian dies at the end.
Whoa, wait a minute.
He doesn't die at the end, but he's not, no longer with us. I mean, whoa, what? The guy died? Paul Weller.
Oh, right, sorry.
Paul Walker. Paul Weller. Not him.
Walker.
Paul Walker died.
Yeah, he died in real life, you mean?
Yeah. So they had to write him out at the end of 7.
All right. Well, that's sad then.
It is sad, yeah. It is
That's
pretty
not
sad.
spoilers.
There's a kind of CGI bit at the end where they kind of do the ride or die thing, and they do a sort of not a montage, but they do like an end bit at the end, and it's like, this is where men cry. Anyway,
No.
So I watched Psych 2. Lassie Come Home is the subtitle for that. Psych is a police procedural dramedy. It's more comedy than drama, I guess, but it features a psychic detective called Sean Spencer and his pal Bert. They call him so many different names. Gus is what he's called for short. And sort of his antics in this town called Santa Barbara in California, but it's filmed in BC. It's hilarious. It's a great show. This was this is the second movie they've done. So the show was the show ended after 7 seasons. So I mean, it did really well. But they've decided to come back for TV movies. So it's a bit Columbo-esque as well now. So they're coming back every couple of years with these movies. So Psych 2, Lassie Come Home is great because it reunites the head detective. Was played by a guy called Timothy Ombudsman. Omundson. I can't remember the guy's name. He was in. Did you ever watch Gallant?
No.
What?
Not heard of it. What's Psych on? Is that on Netflix?
Maybe. I don't know. We used to get the DVDs, so I don't know. It was on the USA Network. It's probably on Hulu or something now.
Psych was new.
Peacock. It's on NBC. No. Anyway, so in real life, the actor had a stroke, so he couldn't take part in the first movie. So they found a way, because he's still recuperating. They found a way for him to take part in the second movie, and it's really, really nicely done. So they kind of write the stroke into it. So they have him convalescing in this like halfway house nursing home type thing. And so it's nice to see him back again. So that was good. We watched Bloodshot, which is the Vin Diesel superhero movie that was going to rock your world in March, and then something happened, and so it never ended up going to this.
Was that a cinema one?
Yeah, it was supposed to go to the cinema, and it ended up on.
Right.
I think Prime. I watched it on.
All right. Okay.
For free. So that was our last Friday movie.
Was that any good? No. I see. I see Disney Plus has got some. It's got Onward on it now, and
what now?
Aye.
Jody,
Into the Wild's on there now.
We had that like 3 months ago.
Did you have Into the Wild? Aye.
I don't know if we've got Into the Wild or not.
That's on there.
To be honest, I don't really go into Disney Plus that much.
I
will October 30th though. Oh yeah! I was sitting there hitting refresh. Come on!
That trailer looks so good. Yeah, me too. Okay, I dip in now and again to Disney Plus.
I should go in more often. Although I did watch Hamilton again recently.
Still not finished Hamilton recently.
How can you not have finished Hamilton? It's like 2 hours.
We got an hour in. I know, but it's like, I know we were enjoying it as well. But
I honestly, people hyped it up, something rotten, and you know me, people hyping stuff up. I'm like, I'm not interested. And I watched it, and I was sitting watching the first few songs. I'm like, yeah, this is okay. And then when it got to the King, the first song, I'm like, all right, this is excellent. This stuff, this is really good. Now I get it. Now I'm understanding it.
Good.
Like now I understand the
biggest revelation for me was the guy from Mindhunter.
I know. The biggest revelation for me was not the fact it was the guy from Mindhunter. It was the fact the guy from Mindhunter is the guy that plays what's his face in Frozen. Olaf.
Yeah.
Not
right.
Olaf.
You spoke
the
about
other guy. Sven's pal.
I'm getting David. I'm getting
Deja Vu.
Yeah.
Heebie-jeebies. You getting a heebie-jeebies again?
What's French for déjà vu?
God knows. They probably don't even have a word for entrepreneur.
That's French.
I know it is. That's George W. Bush said that, apparently.
French don't even who said that?
Entrepreneur. What I say is, bring it on. By the way, Sam Rockwell, just not that.
The year last year.
I could see that. That's a great movie.
I love it.
And I don't know why Jesse Plemons was in it, but why not?
Oh, I tell you, I've never mentioned this, but I watched that. I'm Thinking of Ending Things. It's Charlie Kaufman's new movie.
Okay.
On Netflix.
Is it an adaptation of something?
That is a no, but I tell you what, that's a hard watch. That is a tough watch.
Most of his movies are bright.
No, I love his films. I really love his
films. John Malkovich, come on. That wasn't exactly easy going.
I love that film.
It's a great movie,
but
weird.
Well, as a director, he's only directed. He never directed that. He wrote.
No, he just wrote it. In fact, was adaptation?
Directed it.
Was adaptation not based on being John Malkovich?
Adaptation with Nicolas Cage was that directed by him? First one was Sandwich, New York, with
It's easy to say.
I don't think I said it right. That was the first movie me and Evelyn went to see in pictures.
What's it called?
Don't ask me to say it twice. Sandwich.
SNYCHZPQ. You're just making this up now. What's his name again? Aaron.
Why?
Oh, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Charlie Kaufman.
Oh yeah, Charlie Kaufman. Why am I saying that? Aaron. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. There's no way you could pronounce that.
Is that the first movie he directed?
Sindochi.
He did a wee animation film as well, I think, a couple of years ago.
Oh, did he?
It was like a kind of which I never saw actually. But
being John Malkovich was 21 years ago.
Wow, I was quite obsessed with that film when it came out. I loved Spike Jones and I loved Charlie Kaufman.
And John Malkovich,
now, I think, as well.
John Malkovich
and John Cusack. It's perfect storm for me.
Like John Malkovich's performance in Red is amazing.
Yeah.
Like I love him in Red with the pig.
Yeah.
Will I bring the pig?
That's a really good film. I've never seen the second one, but
the second one's good. It's not as good as the first one, but I think it's very difficult to do that with movies. But unless you're Toy Story, and his performance is as the ex-CIA analyst in Burn After Reading.
Oh, but Burn After Reading's that is. I think Burn After Reading is a hidden, not a hidden gem, but it's not as revered as the rest of the Coen Brothers stuff. And Brad Pitt is brilliant in that movie, as you're doing right now.
Doing the wee dance, yep.
Oh, Jim Bunny, and George Clooney's brilliant.
Yeah, Francis McDormand as well.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's not one of the most accolade
celebrated. I mean, obviously, it's the Big Lebowski is like the big one that everyone. Like, if you say what's your favorite
Fargo,
Coen Brothers movie, they'll probably say Big Lebowski, or maybe Fargo. Yeah,
there'll
be some guy out there going, "I love Blood Simple." It's like, yeah, okay, calm down. We were all there before.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, I watched that. Actually, do you know what? I watched that recently, and I never mentioned that in the podcast. That's a great movie. No Country for Old Men.
Oh my god, that's a great movie.
I don't know why. I just did this. I want to watch it again. So good.
Film.
Yeah.
So good. So good. It's a modern western. So good. So tense. Love it.
Yeah. And what's his name? Anton Gurin, or whatever his name is. Javier Bardem's character. Yeah, Javi Bubby Bubble. Javi Bubby.
He was a good villain as well.
With his weird jaw thing that he had. Yeah. So anyway, we watched. We had a double bill last night. We don't normally have a double bill on Friday, not last night, Friday, and we watched The Other Guys. Oh no, we did. We watched The Other Guys.
Is that the one with Don't Tell Me? It's Russell Crowe. And the Blade Runner guy, Ryan Gosling.
Correct. That's the wrong movie
you're talking about.
The Nice Guys.
Oh, is it The Nice Guys?
Do you like how I just let you go on?
Yeah, I know.
This is
Marky about the Will Ferrell one.
And the story of Fire and Ice Saga guy.
Yeah.
Talladega Nights himself, Will Ferrell. Hilarious. Samuel L. Jackson and Dwayne Johnson put in a cameo at the start, and their death scene is hilarious. The line immediately after the death scene is even more hilarious. It is laugh out loud funny, that movie. It's not
a good movie.
I don't know what happened to it. It's like if I look it up on IMDb, I don't think it gets a good rating.
A lot of people going about that film, though, how good it is, though.
It's very, very good. It's funny.
It is a good film.
6.6. The Other Guys gets.
Really?
It deserves so much more than that. And also, when you look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he looks so skinny in this movie because normally he's like this.
Yeah.
He's like that in this.
I know. We watched Race to Witch Mountain, the remake, or Return to Witch Mountain, whatever it was, which is a horrible film. It's terrible. On Disney Plus, but I thought Danny might have liked it. But it's a horrible film, and he is so skinny in that as well. Must have been one of his first movies that he did. Or Doom, I suppose, was one of his first, wasn't
it? No. It was The Mummy 2.
Oh, The Mummy, I forgot it was
it was the third one. No, it was The Mummy. No, it was The Mummy 2. Because he played the Scorpion King.
Yeah, that's right. And then he plays the Scorpion King in a movie called The Scorpion King, which is awful.
Yes, it's not very good.
And you thought to yourself, God, he'll never come to anything. Now he's like the biggest movie star of all time. Well, of this era.
Yeah.
He is the man.
Yeah.
And he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant.
It's kind of deserved.
Absolutely. I mean, he's brilliant at
Like
comedy. He's brilliant at drama. He's just brilliant.
those two Jumanji movies. He's fantastic in them.
No,
Like he did.
I did prefer the first one, I must admit. But
I think the thing is he doesn't take himself too seriously.
mm-hmm.
Like he knows it's show business. Because again, it's wrestling. It's wrestling. It's like wrestling was show business. I mean, he was the heel for the longest time. There that was the whole people's eyebrow, the people's elbow, and all that kind of stuff. And he was just like he would get booed, and he would just lap it up because it's show business.
But he's got like TV shows as well going. He's
yeah. There's like a NBC Warrior thing. He was Maui in Moana. He sang on that.
What's the one though? Is it Ballers or something? He's got a TV show.
Ballers, maybe.
Ballers. He's got a big investment in, and I think he's probably in it as well. Never watched it, but he's got a big TV show.
Mark Wahlberg exec produced Ballers. I don't see. Oh no, starring Dwayne Johnson.
Well, there you go. So the guy never stops, Yeah, I don't know why we started talking about Dwayne Johnson, but anyway.
Want to get the ratings up?
That what it is. Yeah, he's great.
Two things guaranteed to get ratings up: Dwayne Johnson and the child from Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, no.
That'll get your ratings up.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, that's all I watched this week and last week.
Nice.
We talked about Cobra Kai and Enola Holmes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Nice
one. Yep. We only have one news story, which is kind of interesting. Shall we move on to the news?
Oh yes.
Okay. The one news.
I don't even know what it is.
The one news story is Nick Fury is coming to a Disney Plus TV show. There you go. That's it. I was expecting more. What?
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. Samuel L. Jackson is going to reprise his role as Nick Fury in a new Marvel Disney Plus TV show.
All right. I'm not bothered about that.
It might be quite good.
Nick Fury doesn't need his own solo story.
Yes, he does. They gave it to David Hasselhoff.
See if Hawkeye gets his own film. That's not going to happen, is it?
Jeremy Renner's box office poison, surely.
Oh, Sloan, that's a bit harsh. Box office poison? Jeremy Renner, box office poison. Imagine that's one of the reviews. That's horrific. Poor Jeremy.
You just
some of the best scenes. He had some of the best scenes. He had some of the best scenes in the Endgame. When his family all. It was the beginning when his family all disappeared, and then he turned into the kind of Ronin character.
Everybody in the theater was just going like, I guess they dusted the wrong people because he was the only one that didn't get dusted.
At the beginning, I must admit.
I mean, it was good.
I don't want a Hawkeye movie.
No,
I don't want a Nick Fury TV show.
Nobody coming soon. Hawkeye and Nick Fury in the Hawk and Fury.
Well, that'd be good, though. That sounds good.
Oh God! How didn't he get in a room with Kevin Feige, whatever his name is? Need his name right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And go, Kevin, Bobby,
Gayster.
The Hawk and the Fury.
What do you think?
And he'll be like, get the out my room.
It sounds actually, the Hawk and the Fury sounds as if you're kind of swearing, but you're trying to swear.
Hawk and Fury.
Being clean about it.
Yeah.
Aye.
Does a bit.
Yeah. I mean,
I quite like it.
I quite like that. We should pitch it.
Yeah.
We'll phone up. I don't know, Spielberg maybe.
Spielberg, yeah. He's got
And
sway.
He'll be like, I've got nothing to do
Probably
with
not at
Marvel,
Disney.
so why are you phoning me? Phone up.
Dude,
Well, John Favreau.
Universal.
He's probably a bit busy with the old Mandalorian.
I thought so. In his cooking shows.
His cooking shows. They're good though. I like them.
Not like to watch them. Every time I turn them on, and then I don't have enough time to watch them separately.
I think we could be friends with John Favreau.
Oh yeah,
I've said that here before. You know what I mean?
Once he gets past the awkwardness of being duct taped to the chair, I'm sure he'll agree.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to untie you now.
Aye. That's true. No,
You promise you'll still be friends with me? Oh yeah, I'll be friends with you.
He'd definitely be his friend. And Dave Filoni. He could be a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. Kind of the same age, you know?
Yeah. About that. Lots of things in common. Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Zathura.
Yep.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. Cowboys and Aliens. Maybe not that one.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one. Yeah, maybe not that one. Maybe not that one.
Not that one.
Apparently, Harrison Ford didn't want to wear a hat in that movie.
Oh, in case it indified himself.
Yeah, in case he indified himself. Yeah.
Cowboy hat though. Wasn't a trilby thing.
Fedora.
Sorry, fedora, not a trilby.
I don't know. It just that's my one fact that I know about Cowboys and Aliens. That and the fact that it was an hour and a half of never getting back. James Bond is a cowboy. Is that how he...
Some people probably think that about when they watch these podcasts, but anyway. An hour and a half, I'll not get back.
Well, it sucks to be those people because it's only an hour tonight.
Yes.
And on that bombshell, I think we'll end the podcast there. Thank you all for watching and listening.
Thank you, everyone.
Listening and watching. So don't forget to smash the like button, share it on social medias. If you're listening to this, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. That would be so much appreciated. Helps the channel, helps the podcast. And as always, smash that like button and the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll get timely reminders of when we post up a new video. If you're watching this on YouTube,
yeah, and also if you're listening, check us out on YouTube as well. If, you see our ugly mugs.
You'll see us.
Probably had a bit of a shave tonight, but
I should have shaved. I shaved yesterday, but it's growing back in again.
Did you?
I know.
I shaved yesterday as well. Back in.
Who knows? Anyway, that's all from us. We will catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thanks, guys.